In this video, I'm hopefully going to be able to share some tips and tricks that I learned along my journey that I wish I was told when I was starting out. But the information I'm about to share with you today is applicable in any market, options, stocks, crypto, it doesn't really matter. Hopefully by the end of this video, you're gonna be able to take something away from this. So let's jump into the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share 4 lessons and pieces of advice that I wish I was told along my journey. I've been through the highs, I've been through the lows, and trading is one of those things that, in my opinion, is the hardest thing that you can do. One of the hardest, but most rewarding things. And that leads me to my first part. This will be the hardest, but most rewarding thing you will ever do. One of my best friends is thinking about taking up trading, and we had an amazing conversation the other day that made me want to do this video, as I was kind of explaining to him the stuff that I'm going to talk to you guys right now. And when I was explaining that it's going to be the hardest thing you ever do, but the most rewarding, I told him I wasn't saying it to scare you. I was saying it to prepare you, because no one told me how hard and difficult this journey was going to be. No one told me how low the lows can get, and no one told me how high the highs can get. It's all about staying neutral. I know that now, but to go and tell someone who's just starting out they shouldn't be super happy when they win and they shouldn't be super sad when they lose, it's just delusional, because they're going to experience those emotions, and it's truly the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I'm sure if you're watching this video right now and you're an experienced trader, you can look back and say the exact same thing. But when I compare it to chasing my NHL dream, when I compare it to anything else I've been through in life, acquiring this skill set has hands down been the hardest. And I don't think people realize when they're starting out to trade how hard or difficult it's going to be. But they also don't realize how rewarding it's going to be. If you're like myself, I'm sure you got into it at the very beginning because of the money aspect. You wanted to escape your 9-to-5 job. You believed in a life better than the one you were living. You obviously saw people on social media or whatever it was showing that it's possible. And then I'm guessing once you played on the demo account, you played with a couple lot sizes and saw what kind of money you can make in a certain amount of time. It shattered every other belief that you had about money. It shattered every other belief you had about society and how you had to go to school to get this or that. To live the dream life, to be a trader is the dream life. And the opportunities that you will get from this skill set are unbelievable. Like I've talked about in the video before, you're able to get your time back. And with that time, you're able to go into other business ventures. Like for myself, I'm obsessed with business. I'm always thinking of different business ideas to start and work with. I got about 4 or 5 on the go that I continuously put effort into every single day, and it's addicting. But without trading, without the rewards from trading, I wouldn't have the time to do that. So before you get started, or if you're on that hard part right now, just know it is going to get better. And if you continue to stick with it, you will get there. The next piece of advice that I want to give you, number 2, is I want you to remove the timeline you have in your head. Now, I know you're sitting there right now and you've already established a timeline in your head that you want to be successful by, which is cool. Manifestation and all that stuff is cool. But with trading, I find one of the biggest things people fail with, I have a mentorship group. I work with students all the time. I had a free group with over 3,000 people in it. I know the difficulties people go through, and some of the common similarities where people weren't where they wanted to be yet in their trading journey after 3 months, 5 months, a year. It takes time. Good things take time, right? And when you remove the timeline and you just focus on what you have to do every single day, you focus on back testing, you focus on putting the reps in every single day, you focus on getting your chart time in, that is all going to contribute to you getting to your goal, right? It's like going to the gym. I love the gym analogy. It's like going to the gym after buying a program or something like that. And after a week of that program, you want to be big, you want to be jacked, or you want to have cut all this weight, whatever your fitness goals are. It doesn't work like that. You can have the system, you can have the goal, but you're going to get there when you get there. It's going to be different for everyone. I get asked all the time in my direct messages and in my comments how long it took me to get profitable, how long did it take me to do this and that. And the first thing I say to everyone is don't compare your journey to someone else's, because it's going to be different for everybody. I have a buddy who was absolutely smashing the markets after 1 year. I also have a buddy, it's taken him 6-7 years. It's random, and it all is based on you as a person and your situations. Because, for example, I was able to put 6-7 hours into it every single day for years. Whereas someone who maybe has a family and a job that takes up most of their day, they're not going to be able to do that. right? I know people who didn't have a job whatsoever and they were able to just backtest all day, and after 1 year they were beasts. So your circumstance is going to be different than everyone. But all that matters is you end up showing up at the same place anyway. So does it really matter how long it takes you to get there if you're moving in the right direction? I'm asking you this because all that matters is you get there. All that matters is you are able to leave your current circumstance and get to the dream life. But that's only going to come when you remove the timeline. I'm telling you, I've been there. I'm the person, believe me, so many times on my journey, I was like, I want to be here. I want to have this funded account by this date or this. Because I'm big on manifestation, but I find with trading, you're asking for a lot because A, you don't know how the market conditions are going to be that month or 2 or 3 months to your plan, right? You know, with trading, some months are better than others, right? You also don't know what life has in store for you as well. So all you got to focus on each and every day is showing up and doing exactly what you have to do to get better. 1% better every single day. Let's jump in to the third piece of advice that I have for you. So the third piece of advice backpacks perfectly onto one that I was just talking about now, and it's focus on the process over the outcome. I used to be someone who was very, very outcome driven. I always would think about the outcome, but you're not going to get that outcome without doing the process. And what I mean by process is showing up every day, waking up, taking your health serious, going to the gym, doing the back testing reps, studying your pairs, getting your trading plan, staying disciplined. All of that is process oriented. So by you following your trading plan week after week, as an outcome, you're going to win more trades than if you don't have a trading plan and you have no probability model or whatever it may be. By doing the process goals, you're going to end up at the outcome, right? So if your goal is the funded account, you shouldn't be thinking about the 10% target. You should be thinking about each individual trade because each individual trade is going to lead you to that final outcome. The process of each trade, sticking to your plan on this trade, sticking to your plan on the next one, sticking to it on the next one and the next one and the next one. And then by a result, you're either going to fail that challenge, giving it your best, sticking to your plan, and maybe probabilities weren't in your favor and you'll get it on the next one. Or you're going to look and you're going to be like, oh my God, I just hit 10%. Now we're on to the next stage. Or, oh my God, I got my first payout, on to the next payout. You know what I mean? But when you're focused on just showing up every single day and doing exactly what you have to do, you're going to get there. Believe me. And when you remove the timeline, like I talked about earlier in the video, and you are aware this is the hardest thing you are going to do, it's just going to flow very, very easily, and for myself, I didn't have anybody else. It was a very, very lonely journey for me on my come up with trading. But now there's communities and all this stuff. I have a community and it's just amazing having people around you that are doing the same thing. It makes it a lot easier having people who believe in you or people who are cheering you on or people who are going for the same funding goals or whatever it may be. So just stick with it and focus on the process. I'm going to quit rambling on and jump into the fourth and final point. The last one is pay your time debt. Now, I heard Alex Hormozi talk about this before in a video and I thought it was unbelievable. And I think about it honestly on a day-to-day basis. Whenever I am frustrated or maybe I'm not where I wanted to be yet, I realize that at the end of the day, all we have to do is pay our time debt. Now, what I mean by pay our time debt is you have to let time do its thing, right? Like I talked about at the gym, you show up every single day and work out. The next part of it is up to time, right? The time it's going to take to get there. That's all it comes down to. So by focusing on the process and the outcome and you're doing all the things you have to do every single day to become the best trader that you can be, the best person that you can be, the rest is up to time and the rest is up to consistency and doing it over and over and over again over a period of a quarter, over a period over 2, 3, 4 quarters, right? Over the year, over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Picture how good you will be right now. If you are doing everything you need to do, and I'm talking to a trader right now who is watching this video, they're back testing, they have their trading plan, they follow everything they have to do every single day. All you have to do is do exactly what you are doing right now, and you will get there. So think about that. If you just remove the timeline, you focus on the process, you're aware this is going to be difficult, and then after that, you're just paying your time debt, you're golden. And think of it that way. I'm just paying my time debt. Think about that when you're going into anything challenging that you know is going to take time. Because good things take time. That's just a fact. If it's fast and easy, chances are it isn't going to last and it's not worthwhile. So focus on, just getting the repetition and focus on becoming the best person, the best trader that you can be over this series of time. And you're going to get there. You're gonna get there, and it's gonna be different than, for me, it's gonna be different than your buddy. It's gonna be different than the next person you watch on YouTube. We all see the market differently. We all learn things at a different pace. But all that matters is we are doing it. All that matters is we are learning and we are continuing to get better. And eventually, time is gonna get there for you and you're gonna be successful. Time is gonna be there. I used to say something to myself all the time. I used to journal and I would write in my journal, I've achieved all of these goals, time just hasn't caught up yet. So try that. Envision yourself as a trader, envision yourself doing what you want to do, that dream of yours. But just remember that the next part of the equation, the most important part of the equation after the process, is allowing time to do its thing. If you're not doing all those things and you're just sitting there and dreaming and you're not actually doing anything about it, then that's just delusion. Dreams come true when the effort and the discipline and the work is put in to acquire that dream. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of sit down video. It's been very, very well requested, a nice sit down one, and I haven't done one in a bit. I appreciate all of you. If you do enjoy, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers. It's unbelievable. I know I keep saying that, but thank you. And what do I say at the end of every single video? Let's be 1% better every single day. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.